Hi, welcome to this video. We are here to discuss avoiding plagiarism and specifically how to do so using APA style referencing. So let's get started. Okay, up to now, when we've given an author credit for his or her work, you've just mentioned them in your paragraph. Now that's a good start, but there's a more formal way to do it. The American Psychological Association, APA, is an organization that has created a specific style for giving credit to authors. It's called APA style. You'll use APA style to give credit to your sources in two ways. Now, first, we'll have a look at the reference list, which is like a bibliography at the end of the thing you're writing. So let's create a reference list entry for the Venus flytrap article that we've been working with. At the bottom of the article, it says, this chapter appears on page 8 of the fake book, The Great Outdoors by Samantha Buglover, published in 2013 by Best Press. First, we need the author's last name, then first initial, followed by a period. This chapter appears on page 8 of the book, so we have Buglover, comma, S, period. If a middle initial is given, you would add that next. Next comes the year of publication. And we put this in parentheses, then add another period. Okay, so Buglover, comma, S, period. In brackets and parentheses, 2013, and then a period. And then next is the title of the book, which we put in italics, followed by a period. The Great Outdoors, period. Notice that only the first word of the title is capitalized. If the title of the book included a proper noun like a name, then that would still be capitalized. Also, if the title has two parts, the first word of the second part would be capitalized. If you only used a specific range of pages for your information, add the page numbers after the title. If you're citing the whole book, leave this out. Notice the period moved from the end of the book title to after the parentheses. If you used more than one page, use PP instead of P. After the title or the title and page number, put the name of the publisher followed by a period. So Buglover, comma, S, period, 2013, in brackets, period, The Great Outdoors, in brackets, page 8, period, Best Press, period. This item is now complete. There. This is an APA-style reference in your bibliography, your reference list for a book. So far, our reference list has one item. What if the source is an article that was found online? Let's prepare our entry for the sumo wrestling article. We already know the name of the author, Jason Mori. Okay, Mori, comma, J, period. The date of publication would go next. Spell the whole month out. Here's the year, October 4th. Put a period at the end, and this goes in brackets. Then put the title of the article. Use the same capitalization rules from the book example, so The Daily Life of a Sumo Wrestler, period. And then add the name of the website the article came from. Put this in italics and capitalize all the important words in the title. So here is the website, The Interesting Times, finish with a period. Titles of websites are capitalized like regular titles. Finally, add the article's URL, including the HTTPS, and don't add any punctuation. So here we go. Now we'll add this to our reference list. The entries go in alphabetical order based on the first word in each entry. So we've got Bug Lover B, Maury M, and again, we know this is a book. We know that this is an article taken from a website, and here's the URL. One more thing you should notice, if your entry goes to a second line, you're supposed to indent that line. This is called a hanging indent. It makes it easier for the reader to read through the items in your reference list. And your APA style guide will help you remember all these pieces. Okay, let's use the second page to practice making a brand new entry in our reference list. On the next slide, you'll be given information about a sample online article. Use your APA style guide to create a reference entry for the article. If you're working with a group, check your entry with your group members to see how everyone did. Here's our article. The title is Why This Squid Has One Giant and One Tiny Eye. The author is Swapna Krishna. The website is Smithsonian Magazine. The date of publication is February 13th, 2017. And here's our URL. This URL has been shortened for this exercise. The real one is much longer, but we'll use a simpler one for practice. Okay, go ahead, write the entry for yourselves, and this will be an entry that we're going to add to a reference list. All right, so it will fit here in your reference list. Go ahead, and then when you're ready, we will check. Okay, and now that we know how to build a reference list, let's learn how to do in-text citations. An in-text citation is where you give credit to the source within the text of your own writing. So you already learned how to do this informally. According to writer Jason Maury, a typical training can last up to 4 hours and involves stretching, drills, weightlifting, and practice matches. APA style requires you to mention the name of the author, the year of publication, and the page number where you got your information. Because online articles don't have pages, you don't need to include these. So using your original sentence, you would just add the date after the author's name. According to writer Jason Maury, 2015, a typical training can last. Or you could move the author's name and the date to the end. So you have comma after the author's last name, and end punctuation moves to the outside of the parentheses. For books, you do it the same way, but also include the page number where the information is located. So, Bug Lover, 2013, page 8. You can also put the author's name and date in the sentence and just put the page number at the end. According to Samantha Bug Lover, 2013, and then here the page number. It's up to you. Okay, last practice. In the next slide, you'll see a passage from a book, its author, and the page number. Paraphrase or directly quote something from the passage and use an in-text citation to give the author credit. All right, here is the book. It's called Mummy. And the author is James Putnam. It was published in 1993, and we've taken this bit of information from page 14. Okay. So here's a sample answer. In his book, Mummy, James Putnam, 1993, explains that Egyptians began using a natural salt on the bodies because it helped them dry up without rotting. Page 14. So we see that this is paraphrased from the original. So with your group mates, pause this video and give it a go. And remember, your style guide will help you remember all these details. We'll be checking your answers as you write them. All right? So again, What are you meant to work on? The first is here, okay? You're going to create a reference URL or a reference item for this article that will go in a reference list, okay? The next thing you're going to work on in your group is creating an in-text citation where you paraphrase or direct quote, and you'll include this in an essay. So this is an in-text citation. Give it a go. If you have problems or questions, your teacher is available to help, and refer to your style guide. And as you work, we will be checking through your answers. Okay.